Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I am working on the Harlequin pouch pattern by Crafted by Leanne. It is a free download in her Facebook group. I'll put all the links in the description below. And what I really wanted to focus on today, because she has a really great video she's done for the pouch itself, I just wanted to share my process for making card slots using waterproof canvas. I know a lot of people struggle with this on their domestic machines, but I think I've worked it out that it might not be as much of a struggle. You would just need to, you know, go slow, use the appropriate size needle. And so here's what I have done. And I've worked out all the math. So if you're interested, you know, follow along. I'll try to be as detailed as I can. So the first thing I did was cut a piece of waterproof canvas that is 4.5 by 16 3/4. Again, that's 4.5 by 16 3/4. And then the next thing that I did is I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to mark off where I need to make my folds. So your first mark is going to be from the top. I've marked mine with a T for top. So from the top, you're going to mark 3 1/4. You're going to slide your ruler down and you're going to mark 1 3/4. Slide down again, 2 1/4. Slide down again, 1 3/4. One more time at 2 1/4, and last but not least, another 1 3/4. Okay, so you can see here I've got marks. I've got some double marks because I changed my placement a little bit so it wouldn't be so high in the pouch close to the zipper. So I just added a 1/4 inch. Okay. Then I like to go in and snip ever so slightly the edges right on those lines on both sides. I find that it helps with the folding and lining up. So I'm going to do that on both sides, and I'm just snipping maybe 1/8 of an inch in or less. And I have too much caffeine today already. I am shaky. Okay. So you can see here, just little tiny snips. Alright, so I'm going to turn it right side up. I'm going to take my top and I'm going to fold it on that line, right sides to right sides. My line and those snips. And you want to make sure that your edges line up nicely. And then I'm just going to finger press. We're using waterproof canvas, so you really can't press the back side of it. Okay. Next, I'm going to flip it over, wrong side up, and I'm going to fold it over onto that next line. This is where the snips come in handy. You can see the snips, but you can't see your line. Again, make sure the edges are lined up. And you can fold your top back up. Now you have your first slot. Okay. Alright. Next, we're going to fold it down again where we made our next, my lines are fading, where we made our next little snips, right sides to right sides. Trying to keep my hands out of the way. Okay. Make sure that we are nice and straight on the edges, and then finger press. Flip it over. And then we're going to fold wrong sides to wrong sides to the next little mark and snips. Second card slot. And then we're going to do it one more time. Right sides to right sides to our snips and line. Make sure everything is lined up nicely on the sides, and then one last time I'll find my snips. There it is. Okay, so essentially you have something that looks like this. At this point, you can take it to the iron and iron it on the right sides and steam it. It will loosen the canvas up a little bit. I'm just going to keep rolling. And you can take some clips and just kind of help hold it in place for a few minutes. And machine's on. And I'm just going to go ahead and top stitch. Okay, and fold up that next one. Top stitch it as well. Let me make sure I get the right one. Alright. That last one. Alright. So here we go. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to top stitch up each side. Just kind of hold it in place. Just doing about 1/8 of an inch from the edge. Don't forget to back stitch like I did. Alright, so the next thing you're going to do is, I forgot to cut the corners out of my, I did not cut the corners out of my lining pieces. Hold one moment, please. I just happen to know what that measurement is. I'm just going to do one. See, and I thought I was going to be all prepared. Never fails. Alright. So you take one of your lining panels and fold it in half, find your center. Okay. And then lay your ruler and line up this folded edge at 1 3/8. So it's, you can't see it, can you? So we're 1 and then 1 2 3/8. And then we're going to chop that off. Save that for something else. This was just easier than trying to figure the measurements and cutting out both pieces. Alright, I'm just going to take this piece and attach it to your card slots, and then with a 3/8 inch seam allowance, which I have a guide here, so I'm going to cheat. You want to stitch this together with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. And I have to hold my tails. This machine will eat it. Don't forget to back stitch. And we will do the same on the other side. And you will have a little bit of your card slot section at the bottom that's longer, but you can trim that up afterwards. I was looking just for a quick and dirty way to get it done. Okay. So then we're going to fold this over, obviously, and top stitch. Okay, so you can just trim off this excess here. And it should be, if all went as planned, the same size as your other piece. And they should all fit down in there nicely. And you now can put it inside your beautiful little Harlequin pouch. Alright guys, thanks. I'll be back with the full video on sewing this together.